really interesting question. If you go back in time, would you go back to Raquel in New York or Marco Pirouette? I go back to Marco. I would want to eat, to see. I know Marco very well. He's a friend, but I met him later in life, and in one of the great, it's still a pinch me moment when I'm hanging with Marco. It's like I cannot believe that my life turned out so that I'm hanging around with Marco Pirouette. He's for me like a hero. But I didn't know young Marco at the peak of his powers when he. Before he gave his stars back, I would have liked to have eaten it. But you can still eat that food. He puts those dishes in a lot of his restaurants, right? But still, Marco Pirouette Harvey's. What do you think?
I didn't know Marco Pirouette at that time, and I didn't know Thomas. I was coming from the French culture, and which is strong in chefs. I mean, it was Robuchon at the time, and Paul Bocuse, and so on. So I don't know.
They both, those of you who totally were Raquel was a restaurant that was so far ahead of its time. It was Thomas Keller, probably the best chef at his time. And New Yorkers went right over New Yorkers' heads. It was way too soon. They just didn't get it, and he failed. It was a terrible, terrible failure. It broke his heart, and that's how California ended up getting him. Over here.